TCG Dome.
For this series, Sir Ruli and Hazy Sage will start off by opening 25 packs from a sealed Founders Edition booster box. Out of those packs, they must rebuild a deck using only the given spirits. After every match, the winner and loser will spin their respected prize wheel, granting them a card, a ban, a limit, or a punishment.
Alright, welcome back everybody. I am opening a new pack after the Judgement Wheel. So this game didn't go as planned, and Riley and I had a talk afterwards, and yeah, it seemed like, I had the deck, I built it accordingly. Fortunately, Riley just ended up victorious, so I won't get the Judgement Wheel for another three matches. I would have to lose in a row, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I am even more excited to open this pack. I'm opening in Phoenix here, can bring some good luck to my plate. I'm looking for a Fire Spirit so I can really ramp up my Fire deck, or I'm looking for a Thunder Spirit so I can add in Spark It. Even if I don't add in Spark It, another Thunder Spirit could be really, really useful. So it's either that or I'm looking for another Earthquake. I'm looking for... I want to see a full art. That would be nice. But I'm also looking to grab a holo, any holo. I think I've only pulled like 4 or 5 of them, so I'm definitely due. We've got 8 packs left, including this one. And I just, I need to see more of those things. So I'm gonna get right into this. See what fate is bringing to me today. Starting out with a Helios Chariot Ride, Jolton, Nimbug, P-Gust, Sorlet, Extras, Waspire, Kinleo, I see a shiny.
Alright everyone, we did it. We are now 3-1 against Hayden at the beginning of this series. We sent him to the Judgement Wheel. I'm excited to see in the next couple weeks how Hayden will immortalize himself on the internet by breaking a social norm. I'm excited to see what he comes up with and what he's going to be embarrassed by, but our hope now to send him there again. In order to go back to the Judgement Wheel, he does have to lose another 3 times in a row, so it's a tall ask, but we're going to work hard and we're going to get him there. I still, at the point of recording this, don't know what he banned, so I will wait to figure out what he banned before doing the deck profile. But for now, for the pack opening, I wanted to do it before. I don't really care what he bans. I just want to know what I'm going to get. So let's take a look at everything. Hope for some. We have a Festus now, so that's 2 Divine Runes. So the thing about Divine Runes is you can misenchant them, and it allows for more Nexusing plays. So if we do get a card like Kinleo, more Valkyries, it can kind of round out our package on those. That package, even though he has it, becomes very good for us as well, and becomes kind of like maybe we can beat him down with the mirror match by still having just some more cards than he does. But the fact that he has 3 is really tough. So any cards that we can kind of make use of, like with Nexusing, would be really nice with Hephaestus. Alright, so we've got Ampuff. This is our 3rd Tadpup, by the way. It's another Ampup. Good. 3rd Elichick. Not bad now that we have more. Quackle, I'm pretty sure that's good. Another recursion card. Not as easy as Sluggle in our case, because we have to hard draw him. There's no searching him out, or there's no special summoning like with Foamy. So if we get more Thunder Spirits in the future, this card can potentially be really good. There's some stall strategies where we could play 3 Quackle, 3 Sluggle if we get more Ambrosias, stuff like that. But that's usually you only win when you have a bunch of counter runes, so that's probably not something that's going to be viable, but it's an option. And just to round out any playsets of cards we have is really good. That's our 3rd Jolton. That's good. We take those. Waspire. I don't know if we have a playset of it, but that's pretty good. But I'm probably never going to use it. Kinleo. So we got our 3rd Kinleo. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have a lot of thinking to do, because Kinleo is a good card and the only one that can really take care of Nexusing and having that kind of play. So Kinleo, very good. We have lots of fires. We have 7 fire spirits. So Krakatuga Burn, that can be another thing that we definitely go for. Ooh, that's another hollow end. So. But so Kinleo's nice. Valkyries would have been another really nice card to get another copy of, but we'll take the Kinleo and the 2 Valkyries. Maybe 2 Valkyries is enough, given our other card pool. But maybe something like Krakatuga Burn, especially if we get another fire here. That kind of that messed him up like big time. And with our amount of recursion, if we play like a water fire deck with our Sluggle strategy, that might be the way to go and just fight fire with fire, because his fire deck is honestly scary after he bans the card. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what comes with that. Please, if this is an Ambrosia, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Let's see here. Ooh, that's what I need. I got another Pyro. Okay, so I can bring a bigger fire package to Riley, assuming. Ooh, what is this? Oh. Okay, that's decent. I already peeked. Got Rise from the Ashes. I don't really know how I could make this card work, but it's cool to have. It's my first one, so I'm going to sleeve that up right away. Cinder does not really matter. And it's... Yeah, I guess I got a fire spirit, so that's my number one thing. Before I sleeve that, I'll just give you guys a goodbye, and thanks for watching. I hope I get your luck, your thoughts, your prayers about me coming into this next game, and I hope I can get a 2-win victory against Riley. Thanks.
Rise from the Ashes. So this is our second one. This is a very cost-heavy card. This, I feel like it would be maybe in the future. It will be really nice to have 2 copies of. But damn, I wish that was an Ambrosia. If that was an Ambrosia, woo-wee! We have lots on the table. We have fruit. Fruit is definitely a viable option. But now without it, like 1 Ambrosia with 3 to try it, like it's not good. I mean, we have 1 Panacin, so it's like we could bring back the vote, but no, that's just not good enough yet. Let's see what spirit we got. We got another water. That's good too. Water or fire, we will take 100% and be happy with. For these pulls, I don't hate Rise of the Ashes. It's just so cost heavy, and I know I have. Like, I'm playing like a Sluggle and like Ambrosia, so like I'm probably can take advantage of this a lot more than Hayden can. But it's still like I'm barely winning. Like that last game, like I barely won, even though I had I'll think about it. It's a good card. You can bring back Sluggle, you can bring back a Foamy, go into Sluggle, so like there is ways to play with this. Makes Caprigal, even Krakatuga more viable. Like say if he outs a Krakatuga, I just Rise from the Ashes it. But it's like if I summon a Krakatuga, that's 2 spirits, he takes it out with PTA or something like that. I go Rise from the Ashes, bring Krakatuga out, now that's 5 spirits I've spent, and then I go Krakatuga, summon him, that's 7 spirits I've spent, and then if I go Krakatuga, burn him for 3, that's 9 spirits I've spent, and that's half my life total just for him to maybe lose like 5 at max, like spirits just off of that play. I mean, it's a big swing of things, and I don't know if where we're at, if we're ready for it yet, but these 2 I think will make our game plan a lot more smooth and consistent. And I do think that maybe Krakatuga like 5 guy strategy with Kinleo, I feel real confident on after these polls. So maybe Rise from Ashes, I'll have to think more about it, but most likely not. I don't think that'll do anything. But yeah, we'll see you in the deck profile after we've figured out what card Hayden's banning. Excited to see.
Welcome, everybody! I just faced the Judgment Wheel. I was lucky. I got probably one of the most least embarrassing things to do. I'm going to be breaking a social norm and recording it, so you guys can look forward to that at some point in the near future. Anyway, with the Judgment Wheel, I got to ban a resting on Your Laurels. Make that 2. I got to ban 2 out of Riley's deck. That means I'm banning it indefinitely, unless something changes in the near future. Riley and I decide to switch up the format. But that's a pretty big win for me, considering I'm using a lot of Stadium runes, and also I have the Hephaestus in my deck, so I'm bound to have more spirits on the field than he is, especially if I'm trying to set up my board. That resting on Your Laurels killed me, and he still has the removal with the boom bats and the earthquakes, but I think that resting on Your Laurels is going to make a huge difference. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what I brought this week, including a side deck. I got one more fire spirit, so I changed my deck to go a little more fire heavy. Without further ado, we'll start off with wind. I have my 2 lonely Sorlets. Going with the thunder package, I have 1 Elestrals. I have 1 Jolton, 1 Boombat, just in case if I get foamied again, this thing is going to save my life. Then I have 2 Ash Rabbits. Remembering that with the Elestrals and the Jolton, if I don't have any Thunder Spirits left, I can always misenchant. There are 4 attacks, so I can at least most likely boost them up to 5. Then I'll get onto my water package. This week I'm going 3 small Tuga. I might have to reduce that to 2, but I have 1 Galaxy. For my Earth package, I have 2 Equilinks. I have 3 type Taurus, and I reduced my Earth package a little bit, and I'll tell you guys why in a little bit, but I'm going to get onto my fire package here. I've got the 1, 2, 3 Kinleos. I went with 3 Valkyries this week, and I've got my 3 Necros. Like I said, I'm going more fire heavy. If I need to misenchant anything else, I can. But I've got some good defensive cards, and I've got some good attacking cards in here, so we'll see what I can do with that. Onto my runes. I will do the 1 Earthquake that I drew the other week, and I still haven't drawn 1 Nectar of the Gods, and that is for my Invoke runes. Under the counter runes, I have Helios Chariot Ride, Shield of Achilles, Tsunami, and Poison Tipped Arrow. I added the Helios Chariot Ride this week, and with my deck being so aggro, I know he doesn't have a ton of counter runes, but he does have Shield. So I figure, and I'm not using a lot of water, so Tsunami will probably bite me. So I figure I'll throw it in there just in case. It's a one-of. I don't have very many runes, so the 1 extra counter rune helps. So I'm going to go on my artifact runes. I have 2 Bag of Winds. Curious. I don't know if I should be playing 2, but I figured if I can draw 1, I would like to see 1 in my deck, because pretty much any of my Elestrals, I would really like to put it on like a Valkyries or a Tecteris, because they have 2 defense, and this would bring them up to 4. If I have a Folio Forest out, it'll bring them up to 5. So that's my goal with that. If I can put that on early in the game, and that'd be great. If by chance it gets destroyed and I need another one again, then I have Hephaestus to search him back. That's kind of my game plan. We'll see how it works, and I got a side deck to fix that up if I need to. For my Stadium runes, I have 3 Volcanic Forges. Surprise, surprise. And I've got 2 Folio Forests, so I switched these around. I had 3 Folio Forests and 3 Volcanic Forges before, but I'll end it off with 2 Divine Runes. I went with the 2 Hephaestus instead of the 3 this game. The effect is really not great, and Bag of Winds is not my win condition. It is a win condition. So it's not super important yet. The main thing is that it's going to be able to allow me to Nexus, and it's going to allow me to bump up my Valkyrie's attack. So yeah, that's it. I've got, like, it's a huge aggro deck. Don't have a lot of support. I just still need some more fire spirits if I want to make this great. But yeah, that's what I got for now. For my spirits, I've got the 2 Leviathan, I've got the 2 Zaptor, I have the 4 Lycoris for Bag of Winds and Sorlets. I dropped down my Earth Spirits this week. Went with 5 instead of 6. If you have seen, I have taken out my Rummagem because my Earth Spirits are no longer the most effective in my deck, or my Earth Elestrals. It is now Fire with the extra Fire Spirit. But it's, you know, it's still good to have. I can still use an Earthquake, I can use a Tectorus, an Aquilynx, and a Full Life Forest if I need to. I can always search that out with Jolton. The unfortunate circumstance is that I have to draw all of those cards since I do not have Rummagem in my deck anymore. To finalize this, I have my 7 Vapiros. With the 7, I should get a lot more versatility with the Fire package. But Riley has still a strong deck, and he has 2 Earthquakes and 2 Boom Bats, so that scares the living shit out of me. So we'll do the best that we can. But I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I don't know what to call this, but I'm going to call it my Week 5 deck. Enjoy the duel. I'm kidding. Those are my spirits, and now I'm going to go over my side deck. So out of my 12 cards, 4 of them are going to be spirits. I've got the 1 Zaptor, I've got the 1 Leviathan, and I've got 2 Earth in case I need to bring that Earth package back up. For Thunder, bringing in 2 Sparkit just in case. It worked pretty decent for me one game. I still am lacking the Thunder Spirits, so that's my only concern. I'm bringing in 2 Rummagem. I'm bringing in 1 Floy Forest in case I need to bring that Earth package back yet again. For my Fire package, I'm bringing 1 Warmite just in case. This thing is an amazing attacker. If I get more Fire, I'll probably be running 2 or 3 Warmites consistently. Then I've got a Hammer of Hephaestus. Probably won't play that, but you never know. Then I've got 1 more Hephaestus just in case. Probably will stay clear of these, maybe a Warmite. But yeah, if I need to switch out my deck, definitely gonna utilize these a lot more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for staying tuned to my Week 5 deck profile. Hope to see you guys for more episodes, and I hope you enjoy this duel. Wish me luck.
Alright everyone, episode 5. We're here. Laurels is banned, which we could have guessed. But this week, with our pulls, getting the Hephaestus and the wheel, we are going to fight fire with fire. So, let's just get into the deck profile right away. We are going to be playing all of our Fire Spirits and going heavy on the Fire package. We are going to be playing 1, 2, 3 copies of Kinleo, 1, 2, 3 copies of Necra, 2 Valkyries, 1 Hammer of Hephaestus, 2 Hephaestus, and 2 Volcanic Forge. My thoughts with playing this deck this week are, so Laurels is banned, and Kinleo is the next best form of removal. Now that we have 3 of him, we can be a little bit more consistent with getting him out, because the reason why 2 was kind of crappy was I want to be able to see 1 in my hand and maybe search 1 out, because the first Kinleo that I bring down is definitely going to get either popped by his Kinleo or popped by something else that he has. So you kind of want the second one to kind of end the game. You want to kind of start the game, give you tempo, but then you want another one to kind of end the game for when you need it. But then also another reason to play this deck is because he is playing Volcanic Forges, cards like Necra, so cards like Valkyrie, Nekruff, Kinleo, like they're all going to get boost by like the cards that he's playing as well. And now that we have at least one Hephaestus, we can really make the Nexusing plays happen a lot more smoothly. The Hammer of Hephaestus is just to get more value off of Hephaestus and make him a +1 instead of just Nexusing. It's just to get a little more value, but I'm not 100% sold on it. But if he has his Kinleo out, he doesn't play really any back row removal, so there is a chance that with Hephaestus out, you bring out Hammer of Hephaestus, it is going to make him immune to his like Kinleo and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like a counterplay, but I'm not really expecting to see it. It could be a bluff that we set face down to make him think more, but I am confident that just having the advantage of getting a +1, having more cards in your hand, having more options is always worth it. So even though it's a Garnet, we don't really want to draw it. I think it's worth it to search off of Hephaestus one time. The next, we're playing the water to complement it. Not playing Krakatuga because I realize it's too expensive, and I really want to manage my spirits correctly and make sure that I'm not overextending anywhere. But we're going to play the 1 Tsunami. We are going to play the 2 Atlantis. The reason is because my water package is really good, and if he's going to be playing with fire, I kind of want to have that water package and be able to boost my guys up with water, remove his Volcanic Forge, but then also too, say if I do need a fire for Kinleo, I can just misenchant Atlantis and still use it that way. So it still gives us more Stadium Runes just for Nexusing in general, but also can come in clutch for boosting up our guys. And then we're going to play the 1 Mustation, the 3 Galaxia, and the 3 Smaltuga. Smaltuga to search the fire, Galaxia to make Mustation and Smaltuga in itself big attack guys, Tsunami because it's an amazing card, but it's just all kind of to support the fire strategy. That's the whole entire goal of this deck. I don't want to get too complicated and too spread out. I really just want to focus on the fire strategy. Then we have our 2 Astrabbits, 2 Boombats for pseudo earthquakes because it's still like removal, 2 Joltons to just continue to search, get +1s, get our either we want to see it, and we probably want to see this in like 1 stadium so that maybe we can add the other one to hand, or if we're in a situation where we need either water or fire, we can kind of make that decision on ourselves. We don't want to be stuck with the fire when we need a water, or be stuck with the water when we need a fire. So that card's just good. We have 2 Divine Runes now, so we are going to be playing 2 Elichik to search them out. So I feel comfortable in that, but it can be a card that's sided back down to 1 if need be. But that's going to be the Thunder package. Next are the runes. 3 Shield because it's still amazing. The fact that we have it is incredible. I'm kind of happy we had Laurels because it lets cards like this skate by without risk of being banned. Same with Ambrosia. Definitely a ban-worthy card if he doesn't get one. But for now, the longer we can keep it, the happier I am. 2 Earthquake because it's all we have. And then to end it off, we're going to have kind of the 3 Sorlet and the 1 Aeolus. So the thought is we're kind of playing 5 guys with Kinleo, with Galaxias, Sorlets, Nekruffs, Galaxia changing Mustation, and Smaltuga into 5. So we're still playing a very generic like 5 guys build, just with Kinleo as removal built into it. The main reason to play Aeolus is actually, so I'll kind of explain this real quick. I'm playing 4 win. So you have 2 options. You can either use Aeolus, enchant with 2, destroy, search Sorlet, summon Sorlet, use another one to change battle position. So it's you see Aeolus, you see Sorlet as removal, but also Aeolus is in here as another Divine Rune, because Aeolus can be enchanted with fire. He just can't be enchanted. You can't like add more fire onto him, but he can just have 1 fire for Kinleo. Use that Nexus, keep your Volcanic Forge up or anything like that, or just another way to Nexus, so that way we're having more Nexus plays. So it still has utility, and I think it's still going to be worth it as long as we're Nexusing. If we're playing a win deck, it's always going to be worth it, but if we're not, as long as that non-deck is a Nexusing deck, I think it's still worth to play where it's at, and especially because we still have Sorlet in there, it does have multiple uses. But the 4 wind, you're most likely going to be using this for nexusing with Kinleo, but in a sticky circumstance, say if all we need to do is destroy 1 monster, we have like the 4 wind left or anything like that, and we can use it to search a Sorlet, then it's just a free, well, not a free, but a 2-cost search to get a 5 guys. So if we need more 5 guys in our hand, it is worth it to use it that way as well. But yeah, that's the deck. I tried to simplify it, make sure that I wasn't going too crazy one way or another. You can see that I took out the Sluggles and Foamy. I realize now that with him playing Kinleo, Foamy becomes way worse because that's just going to be the card he pops with Kinleo, like he did I believe at the end of last game. That almost cost me the game. I honestly mismanaged what spirits he was at, and I got lucky that the fact that he was at 1 instead of 2. Otherwise, we probably would have lost. And Foamy is as good of a card as it is when you're playing against a card like Kinleo that's going to get pops and is going to be popping stuff. It just becomes wasted, and you're not applying any pressure. You're just like picking the target for him, really. And just in the game in general and in our format, I just don't think it's worth it. But with that said, the side deck. So you see Caprigold on the front. That's because we have an opportunity where if like he's just outpowering us with his fire, like his fire pulls are just, I mean, they are better than ours, but I believe with the support that we have, more boom bats, more earthquakes, cards like that we can actually make it work with beating him because of our kind of non-engine cards, you could say, the non-fire cards. But if it doesn't work for some reason and he is outpowering us, maybe he grabs something amazing, we have a different strategy to switch to, and that's going to be more of a water focused strategy, focusing with Krakatuga. Instead of using the fires for Kinleo and Nexusing, you kind of just use them for Krakatuga, and then we bring in water, and then what we do is we have 3 Sluggles and we have the 3 Foamy. So we're just going to be constantly recycling cards, and the goal is to get Caprigold out. Caprigold comes out, you reborn a monster with it, and it destroys by battle, so you can either reborn Sluggle, and then you're constantly just recycling your water. That's just the whole goal of it, really. It's not necessarily a foolproof land because we don't have, unlimited water. Like, we don't have a ton of water spirits, so it's like you could still run out before you get this play off. But it'd be something fun to try, regardless. So we have the 2 Leviathan to add into the deck if we decide to go this strategy. But without the strategy, we don't really need a ton of waters because we're not so focused on recycling them. But then the other 2 cards that go good with this are going to be Rise from the Ashes. And I was thinking about it, and I think Rise from the Ashes is actually good in this instance, because if you say you have Caprigold or Krakatuga in your hand and you want to summon it out, if you Rise from the Ashes and then you bring out Sluggle, that's going to cost you 4 spirits, and Sluggle's going to regen you 3. So it's only really a 1 cost to bring back Sluggle, and then it's a 2 cost to, then you can ascend into Caprigold. Caprigold, if it beats over a monster, brings back Sluggle. So now you're actually at equal, because you were at -1 when you brought out the Sluggle, and then you were at -2 when you brought out the Caprigold, and then when you bring back the Sluggle, now you're at -3, but Sluggle's going to bring you back 3. So this play actually keeps you even on spirits, and it gives you the advantage to have like this board presence for pretty much free, and 2 drops are not easy to get out, and this is one of the few plays where this actually works really well. But I'm not sold on it. It's just a cool play. I think this deck, I don't really plan on subbing back into this strategy, because I have a feeling he's going to go back on fire, and I have a feeling we're just going to have to fight fire like I said in the beginning. But yeah, that's the side deck. For the main deck, you've already seen the 4 wind spirits. We have 7 fire spirits, which is nice to be able to play this engine. We need a lot of fire, so we have the utility to not be worried about running out about those is good. We have 4 water. I think this is good because we're only pretty much playing the Atlantis, Smaltuga, Galaxia, and the 1 Tsunami. So I think we can make it work with managing these correctly. Station can always be misenchanted. Galaxia, in worst case scenarios, can be misenchanted as well, but Atlantis can be misenchanted for certain reasons. Like, you don't need all your water, so definitely saving that for the right times would be good. We have 3 Zaptor, because we're running quite a bit of, we have 2 Elechicks, 2 Joltons, 2 Boombats, and 2 Ass Rabbits. So obviously, in a realistic world, you maybe want like 1 more of these, but I think we can make 3 work. Again, with Misenchanting, if you have like, say you already have everything in hand, you have a Volcanic Forge up, you bring him out with a fire, like it just makes him a 5 guy, so it's like, there's ways around it. And then 2 Terratlas. So for the most part, I've been maxing out on Terratlas to get the most effective use out of Earthquake, but now I'm realizing that with only 2 copies, we haven't ever used Pandison to effect, so you can see that that's not in here. But with only 2 copies of Earthquake, you're really only likely to see 1, and we have an Ambrosia, so hopefully we can rely on maybe drawing that before the second Earthquake. But it's a little bit of a risk, because if you draw the second Earthquake, it's dead, but I think it's a risk I'm willing to take with the amount of removal that we're trying to get with Kinleo. So hopefully only 1 Earthquake is what we'll need to win the game. But yeah, that is the deck. Not much more to say about it. Kinleo, Rise from the Ashes. It's all about fire today. See you.
As always, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button. Make sure you leave a comment below. Are you Team Riley or Team Hayden? See you next time.